Hold on to your mug. We're in for a wild night.
acknowledged the stars above. For the Alliance and the family.
Wanna see what happens when I press this button? Wanna see what happens when I press this button? Wanna see what happens when I press this button?
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
I fight. I must know more.
Certainly. 杭州亚运会
2022杭州亚运会
2022杭州亚运会
2022杭州亚运会正式项目
2022杭州亚运会的一个正式的比赛项目。
电竞技作为一项新兴的体育运动项目，
已经获得了社会的广泛认可。
入选亚运会正式项目，成为了电竞历史上的全新里程碑。
炉石传说呢，它是一个以策略和计算为其核心内涵的这样一款游戏。
它在充满乐趣的同时，还需要智慧、头脑、计算和一点点运气。
之前炉石传说在亚运会上还只是一个表演项目，但是杭州亚运会这一站成为了正式项目。
从小众项目到独立产业，从不被看好到为国争光。
为电子卡牌代表的炉石传说轻松有趣，易于上手。
入选亚运会正式项目是电子竞技新的里程碑。
作为逻辑和计算游戏的代表，
深受不同年龄层次的人的喜爱。
在这里遥祝炉石传说中国队在亚运会上取得好的成绩哦。
在这里遥祝炉石传说中国国家队
能够在亚运会上取得优异的成绩，为国争光，
旗开得胜，取得好的成绩，
在亚运会上取得好成绩。在这里祝福炉石传说中国队在亚运会上取得好成绩，
预祝国服选手旗开得胜，
在亚运会上取得好成绩，
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 取得好成绩。炉石传说中国队，炉石传说中国代表队，
炉石传说中国队，
炉石传说中国队，
炉石传说中国队
在亚运会上
旗开得胜，
中国选手加油！
旗鼓相当的对手们，你们放马过来吧！
预祝国服选手旗开得胜，打得不错，
打得不错，
打得不错，打得不错，
打得不错，
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 老干好干，
打得不错，
打得不错，
打得不错，打得不错，
打得不错，
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 打得不错，打得不错哟！
打得不错。
欢迎大家来到炉石传说国际冠军杯的比赛现场。
双手这里高呼。
不是是不会，
他是不会拓展的。
哦，
这个表
现
懂了。
不劳顿100%赢，只要他打对。
有问题！等一会儿，怎么有一个针？
掌声送给我们 CN 赛区所有选手，也要送给导猫，在这一场比赛里面也是成功力挽狂澜，逆风翻盘。
好，那也是恭喜一下 Possessy， 最后是用一套任务赛完成了一个反穿。
瓦基亚这个计算好像已经超出我们好几个轮次了。
我们就继续就这么 BP， 我们不超他们，我们就接着这么打，就再试一遍，对吧？
你到底是什么人？
我是谁？这是来到这个世界的第25天。你没有听错，是天，不是年。我是一个来自未来的人。
是你一直跟踪偷拍我吧？说，你到底想干什么？
你看见这个，你就能明白了。初次见面，我是小板。
这把钥匙是时空穿梭的关键，是我们家族的不传之秘，你可千万别告诉别人哦。
啊！我刚在网上发完求助帖。
Hello. I'm fine, dear.
방금 소식이 들어왔는데 열쇠가 나타났다.
そうか。次は私たちの番です。
Don't tell the others. I'm rooting for you.
Cheers for the champion.
老板，别睡了，别睡了。我给你找了个老师。老师？
接下来这段时间呢，我会通过国际象棋对你进行逻辑思维的特训，进一步增强你的炉石实力。将军，将军，将军。
来个野兽吧，
来个野兽啊！可是这里你看鱼人3连了。
哎，碰六，
哦！有时候特别想问你，爹那时候夺冠了吗？哎，别告诉我了，别告诉我了，让我留点热趣吧。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. Now it's showtime.
的菲尔兄弟们，一起来！海浪冲刷，你别紧张，死亡狂境有魔法。
金地方光放开胆量，真理令它最响。我们四处光，海大出纳，带入碎片闪闪亮。谁叫我们练习小唱，全都让它唱一唱。
还有更多，这个想法很不错，海洋广阔，要更痛快别错过。还有更多暴风城的战火，还有更多要找个人掌舵。我们放 back 力爆抽出气，我还能整个活。
整活？整的些什么活？你们这群废物，快去干活！小心我拿你喂鱼！不啰嗦。
随便来一波，世界见多多。做大地探索，到处走走，出发！还有更多。
Get your blades ready.
We'll need some mercs to do our dirty work.
Are you up to the challenge?
My flames are eternal. Not
This could be interesting.
These ones must pay a heavy price.
I'm warning you, insect. None can oppose me. We will not sit idle.
Try not to get yourself killed.
They will answer to me.
Be quick about it. I fear no demon. We do what we must. Tremble before me.
Good work out there.
Enjoy this spark of victory, mortal.
你可以通过虎牙 TV、斗鱼 TV、优酷暴雪剧场、哔哩哔哩、华数 TV、网易 CC 观看本次直播。本次比赛由 Alienware 以更高上限带你挑战边界赞助播出。关注微博“炉石赛事全知道”，参与赛事话题讨论，了解更多第一手炉石赛事资讯。扫描活动二维码，完成任务，参与竞猜，就有机会获得海量游戏奖励。
各位直播屏幕前的观众朋友们，大家上午好！欢迎大家来到由网易暴雪主办、由 C 放承办的《炉石传说国际冠军杯》，我是主持人娇娇。
大家好，我是主持人路遥。我们所有的炉石玩家呢，是可以通过虎牙直播、斗鱼直播、哔哩哔哩、优酷暴雪剧场、华数 TV 和网易 CC 观看本次赛事的全程直播。同时感谢官方赛事唯一指定用机 Alienware 外星人品牌的大力支持。Alienware 以更高上限带你挑战边界。
大家在观看比赛的同时呢，也可以来扫描屏幕下方的二维码，参与到我们的互动竞猜当中，可以有机会赢取海量游戏好礼。除此以外呢，也可以来关注微博“炉石赛事全知道”，参与到我们 HGI 的话题讨论当中，也有机会登入我们的直播当中哦。
没错，那么今天呢，已经是来到了我们的第3比赛日，可以说赛程已经是过半了，特别是我们的单循环积分赛，今天就将会进入到最后一天的争夺。
是在今天的比赛结束之后，就会看到是哪3个赛区杀入到了最后一天的比赛当中，又是哪一个赛区能够在我们的小组赛当中拔得头筹。一起来看一下我们本次比赛的赛程赛制。首先来看到本次国际冠军杯将会持续4天，其中11月11日至11月13日为单循环积分赛阶段，4个赛区的战队将会进行比拼，11月14日为冒泡赛阶段，直至决出冠军。这一次呢，我们将会有4个赛区参与其中，他们分别是国服赛区、美洲赛区、欧洲赛区以及亚太赛区。每天将会有4个赛区进行比赛，2两进行1场比赛。6场比赛之后，积分前3的赛区将进入到决赛阶段，第4名直接淘汰。 每场比赛2个赛区之间进行9管战旗、标准构筑以及佣兵战绩3种模式的对决，每种模式获胜得2分，大平各得1分，失败不得分。
而当赛区之间积分相同的时候，将会优先对比相互对战的战绩，其次看标准模式的积分，再次看佣兵战绩积分，最终决定进入冒泡赛的排名情况。
接下来我们来看一下赛制情况，就像我们刚才说到的一样，我们已经打完了2天的小组循环积分赛，还剩下今天最后1天了。今天呢，我们上半场将会看到的是 AM 赛区对阵上 APEC 赛区，之后在下半场将会看到的就是 CN 赛区对阵上 EU 赛区了。
对，当然要再次提醒大家，在今天的比赛全部结束之后，将会有一个赛区离开本届国际冠军杯的舞台。
是的，希望选手们好好的加油。来看一下目前为止的一个积分情况吧。在我们昨天的比赛结束之后呢，可以看到积分咬的还是非常的紧的。目前第1位的是 APEC 赛区，当前是6分，而且呢，由于他们的标准模式的分数拿的比较的高，所以是位列第1。之后排在第2位的就是我们的 CN 赛区了，在第3位的看到的是 EU 赛区，而 AM 赛区当前是位列第4，但是呢，还有分数没有加进去，在今天。
Hello, everybody, and welcome to day number 3 of the Hearthstone Global Invitational. It's the final day of round robin. My name is TJ, and joining me to kick off the show, at least for the English broadcast here, it's going to be Raven. Raven, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing all right. It's been such a long time since we last spoke, TJ. I've missed you greatly in the few hours we've been apart, but I am ready to dive into it. Yet another day of the Global Invitational. There's been a ton of action. We did just see on screen then very briefly an update on the standings, but we will keep you updated on how that goes throughout the day, of course. But yeah, I'm good. We're kicking things off a little bit differently today, TJ.
Yes, we are. We're going to be, well, are we? We're going to be kicking things off with Mercenaries. Then we'll be moving over to Constructed, a double helping of Battlegrounds, smack dab in the middle of our day, or in the middle of our night from where we are, maybe the middle of your morning, Raven.
Who knows? I'm in a time void right now, so it just doesn't matter.
And then we're going to finish things off with Constructed into Mercenaries. So Mercenaries to start the day and Mercenaries to end the day. And you got a glimpse right as Raven and I came in of the round robin standings coming into this one. Incredibly close. 6 points apiece for China, Asia Pacific, and Europe, with America's trailing, but not by much, with 5 points. America's getting a big chunk of their points from Battlegrounds, which their Battlegrounds division, I guess we can call it, seems to be carrying them up until this point in the competition.
Yeah, 100%. I think even going in already from day one, when we were initially introducing all the teams for each mode, for each region, the America's Battlegrounds team really did stick out. It's incredibly strong, and it wasn't a surprise to me, at least, to see them do very, very well across the board so far. But there's still time, and I do think this does put the pressure on, although it's great for the players in the other modes from the Americas team that, you know, one of their modes is doing really well. It does put that extra layer of pressure on where it's like, I'm sure they're talking in their own private chat being like, guys, are you going to do something to help us out here? Because the Constructed and the Mercenaries team has not really been pulling its weight so far. But who knows, right? Like the way this is going so far, if the Battlegrounds team can just nail it again today, that might be enough, right? If the other regions just don't really manage to get good enough results, maybe the Battlegrounds team can do a great job once again, and then the say Constructed can pick up 1 point, Mercenaries can pick up 1 point, maybe that gets through. But we are going to check out who we are seeing to kick off the day, and it's going to be Team Americas versus Team APAC for Mercenaries. As you mentioned, we finished with Mercenaries last night, we started with Mercenaries, and we're going to end with Mercenaries later today as well. So I'm good and ready to dive straight in.
Yep, and here we go. The Americas team of Luna and Frozen taking on Asia Pacific with Gia and Surrender. We did see Team Asia Pacific at the end of the broadcast yesterday trade series back and forth with China. 2 sweeps, actually. Asia Pacific started off with 3-0 sweeps and got swept themselves. But they did look quite strong. And I know that Luna and Frozen are probably not on the most amount of sleep after struggling with the most connectivity issues. I think all the teams, all the divisions, with just the Chinese servers and being sort of the furthest away. I know Europe's had some issues as well, but hopefully they're coming in today refreshed. Crossing my fingers, no issues. We're gonna have a nice smooth series of mercenaries coming at you.
Yeah, and we are going to, jump straight back in. Of course, Surrender and Gia played, mere hours ago at this point against Team China. And, we've been hearing from some of the players just in general. We've been talking to Gia, of course, as well as a fellow caster. And she's been saying that, yeah, this game mode is really hard. I feel like every series she's mentioned, there was misplays here, misplays there. And I can say that from every team we've seen on stream so far, there has not been perfect play by any means. And that's shown through, and it kind of does just reinforce the fact that although on the surface level, the game looks fairly simple, then it's not. There are very many mistakes that you can make because obviously you have to try and work out what your opponent's going to queue in their turn as well, and try and offset that as well as locking in what you want to get done in any given turn. So we are kicking off with Luna on top and Surrender on the bottom here. Surrender locking in that Shadow Samurai comp, which we've seen have mixed results. We've seen certain teams struggle to get wins with it. We've seen some really impressive play, at least for now, coming from Team APAC, not really seeming like it's been a huge problem for them to get wins. So we'll have to see how this goes out with this nature opening from Luna on the top, and of course the Shadow Samurai on both sides.
Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think of this opening? Samurai seems like a pretty, popular just opener, pretty much in any comp, right? But the Brukan Malfurion on the side of Luna with the nature opening versus Shadow.
Yeah, this has a pretty good benefit of the nature opening here for Luna, and the general idea is the Malfurion's normally the initial go-to threat straight away for your opponent to try and kill. Then they have to make the choice between your next hero. In this one, it looks like Luna, she's going for Cairn. They have to make the choice between that target Cairn we spoke about a lot last night, and then the Samurai and the Brukan too. So these are all difficult because, as we saw, Brukan can start stacking tons of damage. But of course, we mentioned the sheer importance of forcing down Cairn as well. So this is really where this comp gains its power, where both players have managed to get a turn 1 kill, which is great. But now it's what's the next target. We saw a lot of Cairn focus being super important to break up that Cairn Diablo combo. But then Brukan just gets to Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, and then Chain Lightning comes out and can just one-shot the whole comp. I've seen it happen when I've been playing. If you leave Brukan alone, I've literally had my all 3 mercs on the board at one time get one shot in one Chain Lightning.
Got to build it up. Got to build it up. We saw a moment in the series that we watched yesterday in China versus APAC where Gio had 4 lightning bolt turns.
I think it was 4,
died before she was able to get the chain lightning off. So, little missed opportunity there. Also, for me specifically, because I just wanted to see just the raw damage come out. But going to this one.
Yeah, I do believe this, unfortunately, is going to be I don't want to say these words. We've said it too many times over the course of the past few days, but it looks like this has been a connection issue as we saw Luna disappear. I believe what's going to happen is they're going to try and do the regame, and the rules of how we do this with mercenaries at the moment is that if there is a DC, obviously there's no reconnect feature right now, they are going to re-queue, and the openings have to be exactly the same. So the 3 mercenaries that they started with, they have to start again, which isn't really too much of an issue because, as I mentioned yesterday, TJ, this Shadow Samurai comp doesn't really have any other openings they can realistically go for unless people are feeling really adventurous. And it's the same with what Team Americas and Luna has. Like the comp, I think their comp is a little bit more flexible, but it doesn't matter anyway because they have to open the same.
Yep. And this is what we're kind of worried about, but hopefully, it seemed like things were going smoothly up until that point, right? So I'm hopeful that
up until we're going to turn 2.
Yeah, but it was like, fast and furious up to that point.
It was a smooth turn 1. I'll tell you that. That turn 1
it was smooth. It was like, it was like butter.
Yeah, freshly polished car, kind of sleek that turn 1, but we
Yeah.
will try and get a little bit further than turn 1 for you guys. And again, just want to throw it out there. We do appreciate everyone just sort of putting up with this. We're doing our best. I know the team, the production team and everything are doing their best to make it work. The players themselves are trying really hard, trying to come up with some answers to some of these problems and really do their best to play out these games, because obviously all of us want to try and make this work and make it happen to be as smooth as possible. So we're doing our best. We're going to stick with it and see how it works, and fingers crossed we can get some sort of solution, or the connection holds for long enough to play the match out, because I know Luna has especially been doing every single thing possible to get these matches done, get these connections fixed, because all of these players, especially for Mercenaries, such a new mode, have been practicing really hard, because to just learn a brand new mode in a relatively short space of time and playing such a major tournament is a big deal, right? That's a really big ask of any player.
Yeah, it certainly is. And like, just kind of echoing what you said, just appreciate all of the people that have been trying to make everything work up until this point, because it hasn't been easy. We have the easy part. I could talk for days about any random subject.
We just have to sit and look
I
like
didn't even
idiots
get
for
to
a
finish
while.
our Dead Minds review yesterday, so I could continue that all day long if I wanted to. Or we could do a Mercenaries review, Raven, even though there wasn't that many new Mercenaries added. What do you think of Cookie?
The one character I think we covered at great length in mere hours ago, TJ.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because it felt like such a short time ago.
Yeah. We're still in the review. We
Maybe
didn't actually end up giving it an amount of stars.
Or
how many stars are we rating these by?
Out of 6. That's a standard scale, right? 6 stars.
It's out of 6.5 stars. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, 6.5. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks for the correction. But yeah, I don't think there's that much crossover from 8 hours ago when we were broadcasting.
It does feel
initially.
like we just took a long break and now we're back in the same stream again, which is kind of true actually. So, just to at least answer you a bit of a silly question, Cookie is the one. If you guys want some free advice and you've not really been catching up with Mercs too often this recently, then Cookie is the one pirate to really level right now, one of the new Mercenaries that comes out. If you want to sort of hard focus on one character, you'll see Cookie a lot on ladder. That plus health is a huge deal. And just, it's really weird because it's one of the first characters I would say where it's more important as a bench mercenary than it is as an actual mercenary to play on board at any given time, because of that plus health being such a nice bonus. But on board, it's definitely one of those support mercenaries with the fish it can summon and just the fast speed damage. It really does feel like a true support mercenary, and maybe we see more of that in the future as well. Just mercenaries that give these bonuses and have these like really heavy support style skills.
Yeah, I mean the possibilities are wide open for the future of the format, right? Even just right now, or even before the new mercenaries were added recently, the metagame was evolving very quickly.
Oh yeah.
And just like I don't know if this is ever going to happen, right? Because getting into balanced conversations with mercenaries is tough, because there are so many different combinations, and because it is kind of difficult to grind out the mercenaries when they do come out in general, right? I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe buffs, who knows? But in a way, that's a nerf.
Yeah, that's true. I think
slippery slope.
Yeah, like oof. What would you do, TJ? Right, tell me right now. Like, what would your next mercenaries content patch be? Like, what are you looking for? Are you just looking for more additional cookie
more
skins?
Murlocs?
Yeah,
more
there
Murlocs. Maybe some mutinous buffs, like buffs to some of mutinous's
instead of
equipment.
Instead of eat a friendly Murloc and gain its stats, would you just have eat an opponent's mercenary and gain their stats and just have it that simple? You just use the ability, right? Your mercenary's dead. I've got all the stats now done. Eat an Anduin.
What about eat a Murloc and gain its stats? So that if your opponent's playing Murlocs, you directly counter each other.
But the problem with that is
no
one plays Murlocs, so it would be useless.
I mean, it could. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's like Galactic Crawler without any beasts in the format. It's like, what this is.
I got stuck on the. I don't remember which task it was. The second Devour task. For Mutinous,
I've not leveled it, so you'll have to tell me what that task is.
You have to gain an absurd amount of attack from Devour, and that's the task. And it's so annoying because like you can't always have like a summoned Murloc on board, so like sometimes you're just eating your own mercs. It's I don't know, it's ridiculous.
I'm sure someone somewhere though has got like the ultimate strat for that one specific task, because you see them pop up all the time, right? It's like, oh, a guide to get this this specific like awkward task done. Then normally the later task, like past task 12 or whatever, and it's like, okay, you want exactly this comp, you need to hit exactly these team buffs, and then you can do it in one turn. I think the hardest ones I struggled with was like the summon X amount of these summons, you know, like just summon this thing 10 times or do this, because it just takes long with cooldowns and then everything else. So anyway, we've blabbed on enough about absolutely nothing. So let's dive straight into what is hopefully going to be at least a smooth turn 1, TJ. Sleek.
Yeah, I think these perspectives are backwards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so.
Surrender
I think
had the shadow opening, unless
correct.
it was actually Luna the whole time that had the shadow opening.
Someone has shadow and someone has nature. That's all we need to know.
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll find out together,
box.
TJ. We're all on this journey together.
The small box is the same as the big box. Zoom! Enhance!
What is this? A spectate for ants?
Okay, there we go. The small box is a bonus feature for anybody who likes to watch on something much smaller.
Yeah.
All right. Enough joking around, Raven. I'm sick of it.
No, you're not. You are never sick of it. I will say, though, right now we are almost certainly going to see the same sort of turn 1 kills from each player. Vol'jin will go down and Malfurion will go down. Obviously, these turns happen very quickly, so it's I'm not 100% sure on whether ordering or speed timing makes too much of a difference here, because these abilities do go off. That might be a big deal, though, the Brakan sort of contesting, but no, the damage with the blade is just too much. So yeah, we are okay. We're back, TJ. Pretend the last 5 minutes didn't happen. We're all good.
This is like the same exact.
We're going to get an achievement unlocked if we actually have a smooth turn 2.
I'm ready.
And by 2022, this match will have finished. We'll just keep restarting. Remember every single turn.
That soon?
So last round, it looked like right before the DC, both players were going for Cairn as their next one in. We'll see if it happens again.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting back to what I was talking about earlier, right? The targeting here from Luna, I am very interested in, because naturally, you want to burst down Cairn. And I think Surrender's comp has the ability to do so and kind of ignore Samuro, although Samuro will be dealing a good amount of damage. I think it's less of a big deal if, say, Samuro gets to one-shot Celine this turn, whereas... Wait, the perspectives changed again. Did they? No, they didn't. Never mind. I'm confused.
No, it's just the boards look so similar.
Yeah, I'm staring at it.
Similar health totals, Cairn in the middle, and then...
We're 10 minutes in, I'm looping.
A caster.
But most importantly is whether the targeting actually goes down to Cairn or Brakan here is what I'm really going to look at. Cairn feels like the right target, but it's interesting as well that Luna actually had to go for that muddy footing. And what that was for was to guarantee Samuro getting its attack effect off, because Malfurion could have died beforehand, which we did see. But it does mean that this spell damage isn't being stacked as quickly as possible from Luna.
Yeah. But given the strategies we see, it doesn't seem like Brukon's going to be a target for a little bit. So.
Kind of interesting as well, just to see the difference here, because you can see that the health of the same minions, or some mercenaries, sorry, on either side of the board at max is different. That is because of the cookie on Luna's side, and it's interesting to see if that makes a difference when so many of these mercenaries are the same. Like, you know, is that extra health gonna keep Samuro alive to get another attack off, keep Ken from being reincarnated and losing his ability this turn? Because now, from Surrender's side, Ken on 1 health and slowed, it is extremely unlikely that he'll be able to get something off here if any of the other mercenaries got anything quicker. So I think the Samuro here for Luna could go for the images, which would be a speed tie with endurance aura that you can see basically on both screens now. The mirror images from Luna on the left